Hello everybody, it's Gibi, back with another Blue Yeti ASMR video. What is this, 2016? My channel just turned 3 years old. 1, 2, 3. Which is really actually, I feel like I've been doing it longer. But, 3 years is a great accomplishment, and it felt very, very, very fast. You know, I'm like, haven't I been doing this for 10 years? And in which case, I guess it felt slow. So, see, it felt like it went fast. But I also don't remember a time when I didn't do this constantly. It doesn't make sense, and that's okay. Anyway, I've got my Invisalign in, and this is a pretty casual video I had to film at my computer, so that's why I have the Yeti set up, and the fun background. And I realized that I love this background so much, I really do. Some of my art I have to re-put up. It fell off the walls. This is my off cells / ONIPS art wall here. We have some Death Note here. All my mangas in there. That's my Signed to My Chemical Romance guitar. My play buttons. My little Deku and Bakugo and Todoroki here. I think that's Diva. A Gretzko bag. What's that? Oh, a little Bakugo there. I have some disc plates back there. Here, let me show you actually. Because you can get disc plates in my description box. I have my own ones that were made by an in-house artist. I'm just releasing, I'm not sure if it'll be released tomorrow, but if not this weekend, my mistletoe print. So we have a daisy, we have a Lorelei, and then we'll have a mistletoe. So that is Ryuk. I don't think you can see them. Deku and Gengar. Got all my Christmas lights up. I will definitely give you a full tour of my stream room someday, because to be honest, the parts you can't see are my favorites. So I want to show it to you guys anyway. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a really, really crazy month for me, and I was really sick, so I'm glad to be feeling better. I have taken it upon myself to drink 64 ounces of water a day. I am back on that vitamin game. I'm back on that good amount of sleep game, and yeah, maybe take this time to reset any healthy habits you are trying to do. But this is something that I did a couple weeks ago, and the results are in. So here we go. Let me move over so I can share my screen with you. Okay, can you see? There we are. This is the 23andMe homepage. So I peeked, but I didn't delve. So let's delve together and let me reveal to you what I am. I was so nervous opening this, and I don't know why. A lot of like heartbeat. So I did the ancestry and I did health. So health I won't go through because honestly it's like not too interesting, but it's like genetic traits that you could have based on like you know, that would maybe show different diseases or genetic traits and things like that. I tested negative to a lot of them. They said that I was really predisposed to get type 1 diabetes, so keep that in check, among some other things, some ocular things that I wasn't surprised at because my eyesight is terrible. But all in all, very happy with those results because I was very nervous to open them. Anything about my like health, I get very nervous. So let's look at the ancestry. Look at all my relatives. What if we're related? Are you ready? I think I've told you guys before, like, what my parents have told me I am. Let's see if there's any surprises. Gibi. There we go. Here is my composition, and then we're going to delve into it. So as you can see, I am 37.1% Italian, 21.2% French and German, so they actually grouped them together, and 6.1% British and Irish, and that was actually very surprising to me. And then I have a bunch of little stuff, it looks like. So I was told growing up my entire life that I was 50% Italian and 50% German, but as you can see, it's a little bit more interesting than that. So here we go. And I know a lot of you, if you want to like look stuff up about me, usually look up GB ASMR, but I don't think anybody really uses the full name, but that's probably what I would use if I ever did a full name. So there you go. European is 96.1%. Okay. So here's all the details. These are the gritty details. So Europe is all the way up here to all the way down there. It's a big old chunk of the world. I am 50.9% Southern European. That's the Southern Europe, including the Iberian, Italian, and Balkan peninsulas, as well as the island of Malta, a region defined in great part by the Mediterranean Sea. And that is a cruel, sick joke, because Mediterranean food has a lot of sesame in it, and I am allergic. So here is my one side of the family. 37.1% of my ancestry is Italian. And I did know this, but high majority is from Sicily. So these are like the southern Italians, you know what I'm saying? They know how to party. I've never been there. I've only met fairly close relatives, like not very distant relatives. But so number one is Sicily, and then it goes up a little bit to Campania, Molise, Abruzzo. My relatives are rolling in their graves. Calabria, Apulia, and Lazio. I was like, all right. Nothing from Malta, but you can see very southern-based family here. And I'll tell you about, you know, where you live and where you should go visit. I think that's pretty cute. Let me back. Alt left arrow. I actually never use that. It's kind of smart. I should start using it. If you just heard a scream outside, don't worry. They're just partying. Alright, so I have 0.8 Greek and Balkan, which is interesting. The Balkan Peninsula. Show me where that is. That is like so little. Island Greeks lack this ancestral side, but they're similar to Southern Italians. Am I an island Greek? I am similar. I am a Southern Italian. Okay. Broadly Southern European. So that is like, when they say broadly, it could mean like they detected things, but they're not going to say that it's a specific region because they don't have enough information. So broadly Southern European. Essentially, if you add these together, you know, my parents are right. I'm pretty much 50% Italian. But you can say I'm mostly Sicilian if you wanted to get specific. But if you just wanted to say like, girl, you're Italian, you know, I could be Iberian, Balkan, but probably not. Probably not. So, moving on. Northwestern European, 38.2%. So this is the German side of the family. Really just, it's kind of all over the place actually. And then down here we have Western Asian and North African. So that is this part. So you see how close it is to southern Italy. This is not southern Italy. I don't know why this southern Italy right here. So you see how close it is to southern Italy. To get like North African family is like not that out of the question. Western Asian I am more of though. So I was suspecting more North African, but 2.4% is Western Asian. So maybe that came in the Eastern Europe part, you know? Maybe that was the Eastern Europe part. But I was surprised that even though 2.4% is very small, I was very surprised. Western Asia is in an important crossroads in the human migration out of Africa. And I also was reading about how all of us actually come from, I guess, like the scientific Eve, this one woman in Africa, all of us, every single one of us. And then we have different like subgroups, because they were able to trace it back to like, different branches and such. So that was very interesting. But yeah, all of us came from one woman in Africa, and then a lot of maybe I can find that on the site so I can explain it to you, but I thought that was really interesting and surprising that I didn't know, but then not surprising because I went to Catholic school. Okay. French and German, 21.2%. So French and German people descend from ancient Alpine Celtic, because I always say Celtic, and then when it's the basketball teams, it's Celtics. You can call me dumb. I will admit that I am not positive. And Germanic populations and inhabit an area extending from the Netherlands to Austria, roughly corresponding to the extent of Charlemagne's Frankish kingdom in the Middle Ages. Very faintly remember learning about this. Estimates place Charlemagne himself in the family trees of all modern Europeans. Okay, so I have, just like Sicily was the main area, my most possible match for French and German is Germany, so that's not surprising. And more specifically, Bavaria, which I didn't know. I actually wasn't even aware of this area being called that. I recognize a lot of the city names, but this was very surprising to me. So the 21.2% is German. It's not French. So I am no French. No, I'm not Belgian. I'm not from the Netherlands. Switzerland, as far as we know. This 21.2% is from Germany and around this area of Germany. This was kind of interesting, I think. So everything, it just sort of explained how everything comes about. And I really love this site. And if like, who else is going to learn about your own history other than you, If you have European ancestry, you've probably descended from Charlemagne. That's very interesting. Siring around 20 known children. Deutsche Amerikaner. German is the most frequently reported ancestry in the United States Census, and many German cultural exports, including Christmas trees, kindergarten, pretzels, hot dogs, and Oktoberfest, have become important fixtures of American tradition. Oh yeah. Get up to what's it called? Yeah, never mind. The Pennsylvania Dutch, just makes me think of The Office. There you go. So it's telling me to go to France. And I'm like, listen man, I'm German. It's weird that I don't know why they do French and German. Then we have 6.1% British and Irish, and that was a very, very, very surprising to me. I've never heard an inkling of this from any family member. And to be honest, I'm not going to come in here. I just want to, well, shoot. It actually seemed like it had good information. 1 second, we're going back in. The British Isles have been continuously occupied for humans for the last 11,000 years. Okay. I mean, I guess it's not surprising, right? Viking invasions through Danish and Norwegian Vikings. I remember reading about like the German, what were the German Vikings called? I'm totally blanking. We'll see. Broadly Northwestern European. So that is this part. Just like, same. Oh, this is what I was talking about. The Germanic invasions of the early Middle Ages. The shared heritage can be the result of extensive migration. So I was like kind of reading up on this and realizing how little history I was ever taught. And I'm very interested to learn more. So hopefully I'll pick up some books about it and stop being so in the dark about things. Eastern European is a good old 0.3%, and I really wish I would stop clicking on these things. And then broadly European is 6.7%. So it really could be, you know, all of this, the Eastern European, broadly European, this can all be like German, you know. The 11% broadly Northwestern European is definitely interesting. It just seems like the German side is a little more muddy, whereas the Italian side, they're like, yeah, you're from Sicily. So there you go. Got a little British and Irish in me. That's why I can do the accent so well. Thank you, Grandmama. All those years ago, you didn't know you'd have a lanky, awkward, web personality. Great, 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 great granddaughter. Daughter. Who'd be talking about you in front of thousands of people. I bet my ancestors all had terrible vision because, what did you do? What did you do back in the day? Did you just, would I just be blind? Would I be legally blind? I also think about a lot, how I probably would be dead back then by now. Like, think about any, like, surgery you've had or any time, you know, you've been medicated, and think about if you didn't have access to that kind of healthcare. Would you have made it back then? I'm not sure. Alright, that brings us to West Asian and North African, so that's what we were talking about, the Western Asian. Little 2.4%. And, very unfamiliar with this kind of culture. I have like focused a ton on Germany and Italy. my German side of the family is actually like first generation Germans. So a bit more on the German side. The Italian side of the family, they didn't, I don't think any of my aunts and uncles like lived in Italy or anything, but they all know Spanish. They were living down in like in America still, but you know, I won't get into my personal family history. Trace ancestry 0.5% unassigned, so Southern East African maybe, and unassigned is 0.6. So all the tested populations that you know you could be. Here we go. I have 96.1% European, Sardinian, no Spanish and Portuguese, no Finnish or Scandinavian, no Ashkenazi Jewish, no East Asian, no Melanesian, no South Asian, Sub-Saharan African. So really it's just that recent ancestry in the Americas. Okay. Oh, so this is all recent. Gotcha. Recent. Caribbean, Mexico, and Central America, South America. Very cool. Alright. So, my ancestors were from here. I hope that was interesting. I think it was a fairly short video actually, but I did get asked quite frequently what ethnicity I am, etc. So hopefully that solves it for you. My scientific details, 100% me, 100% Gibi. But yeah, I just got the kit at, I think it was at a Walgreens. They just had it, and I bought it. And you spin a tube, and you send all of your DNA to somebody, a stranger, and they tell you where you're from. So, would definitely recommend it. This is not sponsored. It just happened to be in a drugstore that I was at. And there we go. So I hope this was relaxing. I actually really like watching other people's videos to this, so I figured an ASMR version, or just at least like a soft-spoken version. I don't know how ASMR-y this is, but I usually just prefer like soft-spoken voices. I don't even like need triggers, phone tapping. So hopefully, you know, the soft-spoken fans enjoyed this little form of ASMR, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you sleep well.